most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
Together, we are the
therapist.
most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today, we're going to talk about back pain and sciatica, two biggest mistakes people do. Plus, we're going to give you alternatives. We're not just going to leave you hanging, right, Brad?
Exactly right.
We don't do that to anybody. By the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, you want to join us on our social media channels because we're always giving something away. Just hold on just a second. You're going to go to Bob and Brad, go to the giveaway section. You'll see what we're giving there. You can also see it on Facebook. If you want a shorter version of Bob and Brad, go to Twitter and Instagram. We got a 60-second version. What are we giving away, Brad?
Bob, this is big today. We're going to do a mattress, a SleepOvation.
All right, bring on in, Mike. You almost did trip.
This is our new man here. He's helping us out.
Yeah, so this is just real quickly here. This is just a small sampling of the mattress. It's actually got 700 individual mattresses. Very soft. You know, you can see that he didn't get hurt at all.
Right.
So this is a really good mattress if you have back pain.
This is just a sample. They're bigger than this.
Yeah, you love it, right?
Oh my goodness.
You got spondylolisthesis and you love it.
Yeah,
Right?
it's changed my whole life in bed.
All right, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
All right, Bob. Back pain, sciatica, when someone, particularly if they get an acute flare-up, it just seems like, and this is, I used to think this years ago too, back pain, what do? Stretch those muscles out, get them stretched out.
Well, especially with sciatica, you're getting pain down the leg. You're thinking, well, there's pain down the leg. I got to stretch the leg out.
Yeah, you're going to stretch the back
that pain
and
out.
the leg, right?
Right.
So one of the most common stretches, as a matter of fact, I was just talking, well, it's a long story, but this woman said, yeah, I got back pain. I need to stretch it out and stretch.
Right.
Or the other option, here, why don't you move one spot?
Yep.
You know, sit down and
reach forward, right.
And it's true, it does stretch the low back muscles, but it puts an awful lot of strain on the discs, particularly the lower discs.
It'll make sciatica worse.
Right.
Let's put it that way. It'll make your disc problem worse. It could actually blow your disc out.
Right. There's one exception if you have stenosis, but that's it's a smaller percentage, and that's usually the older people.
You want to show the other thing? You really shouldn't do it laying on your back either. Pulling your knees to your chest.
Oh, sure. This is another. Again, this does stretch the low back muscles, but the same thing. It puts stress on that back side of the disc, where oftentimes the problem is from.
Yeah.
So.
And a lot of you guys, this is a problem of a lot of people that tend to be a little bit younger. When we say younger, we mean like age 20 to 40 or something like that. But that's where a lot of disc problems occur.
Right. Statistically, it is.
Yeah, because once you get older, your discs dry up and it's less of a problem.
Yeah, it's like getting gray hair. We don't want to talk about that. But should we show them the alternative?
We'll show the alternative. I'm going to do that even with a tie on and a dress shirt. So being that you don't want to flex forward, you want to extend actually the opposite way. And this is what will hopefully help get the disc back in place.
Right.
So,
and sometimes it might be just laying on your stomach will be all that it
tolerates. You might want to start this way. I have one guy that started on pillows, actually. I had a couple pillows underneath him to start off.
Right under here.
Yeah, because he couldn't tolerate laying this way. And then even sometimes they have you just work on putting your chin up like this.
Sure.
But eventually, I'm sorry, Brad.
It just arches the back. It starts the back to go in that direction, which is normal and healthy for a back to do.
Yep. And eventually what you want to do is get the hands underneath the shoulders and you're going to actually start doing some press ups like this. We got lots of videos on this. If you want to check through our playlist on sciatica or just Bob and Brad sciatica, you'll find out. And eventually you want to get all the way up like this.
Sure.
And you're keeping your pelvis on the mat or the table, I should say, or the bed or the floor. One of those.
Carry on, Bob. We're starting to ramble.
We don't want this. We don't want the pelvis coming up like this.
We're not doing a plank.
Yeah, it's got to stay down and you got to let that sag in and relax in order for it to work.
Now, this should, once you start doing it, should start feeling better. Should start feeling better afterwards. It's possible, like myself, I do have stenosis. I won't do that exercise.
Because it would make your pain worse.
Right. So if I used to do those and it would start to make my pain worse, and I couldn't figure it out. And then finally, I got it figured out. It's a long story, but so that's the rule with that. But for most people, particularly the younger people, 20 to 40s,
Yeah, in that
um,
age group,
mhm,
it's more likely going to help you.
right,
And if it doesn't, don't do it. I mean,
right,
it's a simple rule.
right.
So
The next thing, this is big, is if your back is hurting, oftentimes people sit down. It feels
yeah,
better
they
when you
think they're going to
sit.
take the pressure
You
off their
sit down
back
in your recliner, your soft, cushy lounge chair
or couch.
or a couch. And even if you sit in a chair that is not soft and cushy, oftentimes the posture that people are used to is watch my low back,
Yep,
is sitting like this without even
it's
thinking about it.
rounding out.
Right. And
It's a
that
slouch.
stresses that low back equally. So what we want to do, I always have my back patients say, get a firm chair and sit up nice and tall, scoot your bottom back and use good posture. Sitting can really stress the back out, particularly if you sit for long periods of time, like at work or in a car, etc. Oh, what are you going to do with
Yeah,
that?
well, I was going to beat you, but no. Go ahead, sit forward a little bit, Brad.
Okay.
So again, we want to. I emphasize this with people a lot when they have a sciatica,
Hmm.
is that you really want to have good posture to the point where, yep, if you're in bad posture, you're going to have one point of contact. If you have good posture, you can see his head actually touches his mid back and the low back, and even when you want to lean forward and get out of the chair, you want to stay in that posture. You don't want to go in that rounded out posture. You're
All
avoiding
right.
that at all costs all day long. So it's another great use for the booyah stick, right,
Yep,
Brad?
exactly.
Booyah.
And then a real important thing also is if you use a lumbar support, if you don't actually have one, you can just take a towel like we did here, roll it up. We got some tape on there so it stays together and position that right about at the belt line. You'll feel it because when you put it in there, it's going to feel like good support. It just feels good. If it's too high or too low, you'll know and just adjust it so it feels good. They make cushiony, here are some ones by McKenzie. This is a half of the D roll, they call it. It's a different shape. Here's a round one. There's different sizes and in density of the material as well. And it depends on if you're a large person, you're probably going to take a bigger one. If you're a smaller person, not so big.
Yeah, if you have a protruding buttock, I mean,
Yes.
seriously, you're going to have more of a gap there
Yep.
and you're going to
Yep.
need more to fill in. If you're in a soft couch or something like that, or a
Oh,
soft chair,
yep.
you may want to just take a throw pillow.
Right.
I often do that
You bet.
at home.
And
So,
you'll feel that support is needed and it just still feel good. You'll say, I should have done this a long time ago.
yeah,
kind of
so
a
you're
thing.
going to really need to experiment and figure out what size you need for you. Yeah, like Brad said, a thinner person, that has a small pelvis
Right.
probably doesn't need much at all. I
Right.
mean,
It might be just a small
a
towel
half
roll.
towel, right?
Exactly.
But if you're larger, you're going to have to go larger.
Right.
So,
Yep. So there you go. Those are the two
two
biggest mistakes
mistakes.
and some wonderful alternatives. But again, Bob, this is not going to help us solve the big question.
I disagree. Oh, no, I don't know. I just wanted to be on the other side of
The-
things. No, we can fix just about anything.
Except for
A broken
there
heart.
you go.
But Brad works on it once in a while. But I've been slacking on it.
Yeah,
lately.
over the weekend I pretty much gave it a break.
Okay. Thanks for watching.